Farah is the Chief Prosecutor and Assistant Law Director for the City of Oberlin. Farah is also a Senior Associate Attorney at Gertzberg Licata.
I have been a licensed attorney since 2001. I have been a prosecutor for over 20 years or so, an attorney for over 20 years. I knew I wanted to be a lawyer when I was 12 years old. As a kid, I grew up in Chicago, Illinois, but I was able to use the same skill set that I use today to talk myself out of many a scrape. There were times when, people would be mad at me for whatever reason and they thought they were going to beat me up. And before they could even ball their fist up, I would have talked my way out of it and they would leave me alone. So I knew I was kind of destined for this work. I am the Chief Prosecutor and Assistant Law Director for the City of Oberlin. That is a part-time position, so that means that I actually have the opportunity to have a private practice, and so I do. I have a private practice as well. I do civil litigation, I do estate planning and probate administration, as well as domestic relations. I am titled the Chief Prosecutor in the Oberlin Municipal Court because I have the largest jurisdiction. In addition to the City of Oberlin, I am the prosecutor for the Village of Rochester, the prosecutor for the Village of South Amherst, and then all of these townships here. So Amherst, Brighton, Camden, Henrietta, Huntington, New Russia, Penfield, Pittsfield, Rochester, and Wellington. So although you have villages that are called Wellington or cities called Amherst, there are also townships that are just outside the outskirts of those cities that are their own municipality, and I am the prosecutor for those areas. You are accountable to the people who come before you every day and are possibly facing a jail penalty for whatever it is that they have done. And so if they are the people who walk the streets with you every day, are at the grocery store with you, teach your children in their schools, you are going to be very careful and you're going to think twice before you make a decision that's going to negatively impact their lives. If you get a ticket in my jurisdiction, you should go to your arraignment if you can and ask for a pretrial. If you ask for a pretrial, you're going to be talking to me. And this is exactly how I will be when I interact with you. I'm quite understanding, pretty easy to talk to. Most people are like, oh wow, I thought that was going to be terrible, and they're nervous. And I just can't say enough about how honored I am and proud I am to be able to serve in the capacity that I serve here in Oberlin. It has really been a joy. Not only do I get to help protect the people who live in our jurisdiction, but I also get to work with them to help solve problems outside of the criminal justice system.
She is currently the president of the Oberlin City Schools Board of Education, the chair of the Ruby N. Jones Community Scholarship Fund.
And she serves on several boards and organizations, including Family Planning, Mad Factory Board, League of Women Voters of Lorain County, Delta Sigma Theta, and Community Connections, City of Oberlin Charter Review Committee, Lorain County Bar Association, and of course, Metro Central NAACP.
I wonder when she sleeps.
You all really inspire me. It is my intention as I grow older and continue in my practice to stay active. People say, I don't know how when do you get rested? When you say, well, you're there with me. Folks are knocking doors and helping with chalk walk and sitting on all these different organizations. It is my plan to run for Oberlin Municipal Court Judge and bring my perspective and my approach to the criminal justice system and the justice system period to the bench here in Oberlin. I'm super excited for the opportunity. I care very deeply about the people in this community and the folks that I engage with, and having sat in that courtroom opposite the judge that is there now, I've realized how important access to rights is. I've learned a lot about the fact that each participant in the court system has rights, and they should have access to them. And so my goal as a judge is going to make sure that every single person who walks through the door knows their rights and that they are able to access them. So that's why I'm running.